Hey y'all, so today I wanted to come in and talk about my journey as a FNP turned PMHNP. So I've been an FNP for 5 years, over 5 years now, and I've been an ICU nurse since 2017. 9 years. Wait, that's my real reaction because I didn't even do the math. Like I didn't even know before I came on here. I've been in I've been in nursing for 9 years now. That is crazy. I'm sorry, having a moment. But yeah, so ICU trained nurse for 9 years. Then I went back to school. Well, I never stopped school. I went to school. I became an FNP. I've been an FNP for 5 years. And now I've been a psych NP for, 2 weeks. So I'm working towards starting my new job with psych, waiting for them to give me the call back so I can get all my paperwork done and stuff like that to get started. I'm so excited about it. But I wanted to come on here and just tell you guys about my journey overall, how it was being an FNP and what made me even want to go back to school to do psych. So I'll be looking over here. Y'all know rabbit holing. I don't do that anymore. I keep my little ducks in a row. And so my journey started out, like I said, as an ICU RN, FNP, PMHNP currently. I'm still working in the urgent care as an FNP. I do urgent care and hospice care. And so I love doing both. So basically, as an urgent care NP, of course, I see patients in the urgent care, treat them for rapid things that are going on. Suturing. Y'all probably saw my suturing video. I'm a beast at it now. Don't play with me. Like half of the time you can't even tell something happened when patients come back to get them removed. I've had compliments after compliments on my suturing skills galore. And so yeah, I do suturing, reading x-rays. I do treating for UTIs. If patients come in with some chest pain or something like that, or abdominal pain, if we got time to do a workup, I do a workup. If not, we get them to a higher level of care. So with that being said, that's my tryst of doing urgent care, and I've been doing this for 5 years. Hospice care for about 2 years now. And so with Psych NP, I think I wanted to, I wanted to go back to incorporate the whole person. Because when you're seeing patients in the ICU, or when I'm seeing patients, or when I am seeing patients in the urgent care, I'm seeing them for an issue that seems like, oh, it's urgent care, or in the ICU is ICU care. But those things overlap with something going on mentally. A lot of times patients have, they're upset about things that's going on, or they do have comorbidities of different psychiatric diagnoses. And so managing the whole patient, I can't just treat them for their medical condition if they're deteriorating from sepsis or in the hospital because they needed CRRT because their kidneys are failing. That also takes a mental toll on someone. So knowing how to go and treat the whole person was always something that I wanted to do as a provider. And so now I have that training and I'm able to. And so what the ICU taught me that I can translate over into psych, for one thing, it was really big with going through our program, because we'll be treating a lot of patients that are older. I won't call them elderly, but they are older, and they're in their 60s and above. And a lot of times patients like that will come in with UTIs. I know you probably heard this before, but if you haven't, patients will come in with the UTI, or they'll come in because they're confused, right? Or in the ICU, they just all of a sudden become confused, and we're like, what's going on with this patient? You better check that patient's urine, because they probably have a UTI, and UTIs can sometimes lead to delirium. It can cause a patient to seem like they're having psychosis. They're seeing things that aren't there. They're confused. They're being mean when Miss Susie was the nicest person that you've ever seen, and now all of a sudden she's like the Hulk. Like seriously, they turn into a whole nother person. I actually saw somebody like this yesterday. So you can always come across a patient that has something tied into their medical condition that can also tie back to their psych condition, and put it all together. You can treat the whole person. So that was my goal, and still is my goal in treating with using my psych degree. What hospice has taught me about mental health, oh my gosh, so much. So with hospice, patients are at the end of life. If you know Erikson stages, right? We get to the end of life and everybody's like contemplating, did I do a good thing? Was I there for my family? Did I raise my kids properly? Did I leave enough money for people? Did I chase money and fame and leave my kids like to fend for themselves? Like all these questions come at the end of life, and people start to take an account of how they live their life. And at that time, you're going to either choose like your happiness, or you start to like go into depression because of things that you didn't do and you didn't succeed with. And so with that, a lot of times patients need, or people need, just some talking to, just some therapy, some encouraging, to see that the choices that they made back then aren't the person that they are now, and they can choose now to move forward with making better choices. And so getting treatment because they're at the end of life, they have a disease or a diagnosis that is going to basically have them transition sooner than later. And so a lot of times it could be cancer, or it could be end-stage renal disease. It could be a lot of things. And so talking to that patient and that family member and getting them basically an understanding of what's happening next. And so I've had several times, like so many different cases where I've called and talked to a patient and their family, and I'm just letting them know like, hey, you have ascites, or you have end-stage renal disease, or this cancer has spread from your lungs, now it's in your bones, and now it's in your liver, and it's just metastasizing everywhere. So we're explaining it to them. The patient's families aren't understanding what's going on, and they're like, I know, but we're seeking treatment. We know that we can fight this. We know that our dad is strong. And mind you, I am not God. I cannot tell them what to do. But it's our job to explain to them that is a very poor prognosis, and the chances of Mr. Jones surviving this is very slim. And so having those conversations can better prepare them for what's to come. So with that being said, I feel like hospice has taught me to look at the overall like lifespan. And basically hospice has told me, or taught me, that when patients are dealing with end of life or a severe diagnosis of end-stage renal, I don't know why that one keeps popping up in my head, but it does, or cancer, or ascites that just reoccurring, they tend to have a lot of anxiety, depression, grief, remorse. Like there are a lot of different emotions that patients go through, and that depression can be very unsettling for the person and for the people around them. And so treating the whole person, I like to focus on like, where's their headspace currently? How can I help? And in doing hospice as an Fnp, I'm unable to treat the severe cases of patients that have like depression, anxiety, along with bipolar or borderline personality disorder or antisocial disorder. Like there are so many things that go in hand with other diagnoses that patients have when they're experiencing end of life. You have to manage each patient differently. And so with that, as being a PMHNP, now I can treat that patient wholly. And so now transitioning into just being a psych NP, I'm looking forward to honing my skills, adding this to my toolbox, and just knowing how to treat my patients overall. And it's so needed in our communities everywhere. Like there's such a great need for psychiatric care, especially after COVID. I'll get into that rant on another video, but I feel like after COVID, everybody's mental health status changed. Some for the better because they got relaxation from work and realized that's not something they wanted to do anymore anyway, so they had like whole career changes. And then some for the worse. People were isolated, PTSD set in thereafter. There a lot of anxiety, social anxieties, like a lot of things changed for a lot of people. And so now more than ever, we need more healthcare providers that are offering psych. So if you're interested, please go to school, do your research, make sure that it's something that you're interested in and not just in it for the money, because people do need you. Okay. And then lastly, I want to talk about what I would do differently as a PMHNP than I did as an FNP, because now I've been an NP for 5 years now. And so I don't claim to know it all. I do not, but I know a lot. And I know more than from where I started. And I know going forward that this is going to make me a better NP overall, because I'm already bringing knowledge about patient care, medication management, how to talk to families and their loved ones. I just had a couple of patients the other day where I was like counseling them on their interactions within their home and how you have to respect this person and give them their boundaries and things like that. And at the end, the patients were very, 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 they were like, I wish you could just be our primary care doctor. And I told them I don't do primary care yet. I'm starting my own practice, but I will be offering services soon. But it's just sad how many patients don't get the care that they need because of lack of providers. And I will be collaborating with other providers so that going forward, patients know where they can get care for certain things, and I'll know who I can call for what things when patients need it. Like collaborating and adding practice where you have a PMHNP going over to the OBGYN, because prenatal care or postnatal care, both are kind of missing the gap in where women need care after having children. You guys see that case, Clancy, that's going on right now? Yeah, that's prime example of why we need more people that are trained in what to recognize in patients and not just constantly giving medication, therapy, talking to patients, like listening. All of that goes hand in hand, and follow up, making sure that what you're doing is working. So overall, I do plan to incorporate everything that I've learned so far as an FNP and apply it to my PsychnP journey. And I plan, oh my gosh, just wanting to learn more about the craft and about the field of psychotropic medications, herbal medications. That is my main goal. I do want to treat patients holistically using herbals. A lot of patients don't want to take a pill from a pharmaceutical company, but there are a lot of different medication, also like lavender, that's been now FDA approved to prescribe as a medication for anxiety. And there are so many different ones, so many different herbal medications, like peppermint. Like I won't go into the depths, but I've been doing my research, and there are a lot of different herbal medications that you can use to treat patients overall that will interact with some of the medications that they take, so you have to take precaution. So going forward, I plan to learn more about that, more about just the PsychnP realm and connecting with other PsychnPs. So if you like this video and you made it this far, thank you. Like, comment, subscribe. I will be making more videos to come. I'm enjoying my new YouTube journey because I told y'all I'm about to be on it. I'll be making these videos. So if there's anything that y'all want me to talk about, I'm just coming up with stuff that I feel like people want to talk about, because I can't, like, you can find there's a very small community of us on here, PsychnPs and Black PsychnPs and Black FNPs, like, so if there's anything you guys want me to talk about, let me know down in the comments below, and I will make a video about it. I have been very responsive of everybody that's commenting on things and like sending me messages and things like that. Thank you guys so much for your support, and thank you for watching this video. Until next time. Oh, and I'm rebranding. I forgot to talk about that. Maybe I'll talk about that in my next video. But anyway, yeah. Signing off. You guys have a great day and rest of your week. Shout out to my husband for supporting me and being like, go do your video. And this is the Sunshine NP signing off, rebranding name.